What's going on, everybody? So I did a video previous to this one regarding some slash parts, but in this video I want to go over the XMaxx really quick and basically tell you what's going on, or what happened. So basically, to make a long story short, I noticed that the front and rear were completely disconnected. So when I turned one of the wheels, let's say in the front, the back would not react at all, and there's like a grinding noise that was coming from somewhere, right? From the gears or, something. And I figured it was actually the center differential. So as you can see, I already tore it apart. This is the old center differential right here. And basically what happened was, take a look at this. So these are the internal spider gears. And I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera, but look at the pins. They're snapped in half because remember, these pins connect to other pins, right? So it's like one long pin. And you can see all the pins were completely shattered. Take a look at this. And to make matters worse, a lot of the gears were also stripped or they're nicked. There were like issues with them. Same thing with the main gear. I'm not sure how visible this is, but it had like a bunch of nicks and stuff like that. So I decided to actually purchase a new one because it wasn't worth rebuilding this. Because remember, if we wanted to rebuild this, we would need, all the spider gears, the pins, we need the main gear. And then this one also, one of the screws stripped. And then obviously the cost of all the parts that we need in order to rebuild this was just not worth it. So I decided to get a new center differential right here. Already put it in. But really quick, I should have probably taken a video of me taking this apart just so you could see how it is. But it's actually pretty simple. In order to change the center differential, what you need to do is you need to remove the entire back end of the Traxxas X-Maxx. Because remember, this is a modular design, so you can actually remove the whole thing. If you don't remove the back end, the center differential will not come out. And in order to do that, very simple. There's 4 screws right here on the chassis. I'm not sure if you can see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will disengage the chassis, and then there's 2 screws on the bottom also, and then 2 screws right over here. You can see that. Once you do that, make sure you disconnect the motor right over here, and this whole thing will pop out, and then you can have access to the center differential. You can take it out, take a look at it, if it needs oil or what have you. It's pretty simple. And like I said, I should have probably put it on video, but I didn't realize that, all this damage. So I figured it'd be nice to kind of make a video just to show you guys, if you have a similar issue, and basically when not to build the center differential, because if you have so much damage and you need to buy all these parts, it really, saving a couple of bucks is just not worth it. And that's basically when, you go for a new center differential. And this already has the 20 million oil weight inside. It's pretty much ready to go. It came with the bearings, plug and play. So let's go ahead and assemble everything, and then we'll test it to see if our original problem is going to be solved, which, 100%, that was the issue right here. So yeah, let's put this thing together. So first things first, let's go ahead and put the differential cover on top. Let's install that. And that's in. So the next step, we're going to have to take the spur, which is over here, and this pinion right there, spur and pinion. So we're just going to have to align it with the pin. There you go, it's in. And there's a little bearing that sits in here. So we're going to have to put it in just like that. And this is good to go. So let's go ahead and put this in. And it's in. Take a look at that. Right there. And just remember, there's a bearing that goes in the middle of the spur, which is right over here, and this needs to be seated. It has like its own slot, and it needs to be seated correctly so that way it doesn't move. But yeah, and you have to remove the motor. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the beginning, but removing the motor helps you be able to, install this a lot easier as well. And to remove the motor, there's just a couple of screws on the bottom that you have to take off, and then this thing will come off. Now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and install the Cobra Racing gear cover right over here, right there. 7075 T6 aluminum. This thing looks pretty sweet. Now that that's in, we're going to go ahead and put the other gear cover. Take a look. Same deal as the other one, 7075 T6 aluminum. And this thing looks pretty sweet. You got the Cobra Racing badge right over here, and then you have all these chrome highlights. It's pretty nice. I got my paw prints, fingerprints all over it, so you know, I'll clean it up after I'm done. But this is the way it looks. And take a look at this, guys. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. Sorry for the light, all the glare. Let me lower it a little bit. Oh, you can see it. So right here, Cobra Racing. This thing looks phenomenal. So now the next step is to put back the output pinion. This is actually the spiral cut Helical, the Cobra Racing spiral cut Helical. I did a video on these not too long ago. Basically, here you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it. That's the Cobra Racing. These are spiral cut. And I did do a video installing these on the differential. So basically, we just took out the old differential gear, and then we swapped it with the Cobra Racing Helical. So this comes as a set for both the front and the rear. And it also includes the pinions, the output pinions. Obviously, they're also Helical because they need to mesh. So we're going to have to install this back. And let's do that really quick. This is super simple, guys. So we're just going to put it in the hole. That's what she said. And it's in. It's in the hole. Next step would be to take the Helical differential and basically put it in. Now, this only goes one way, so there's really no way you can mess this up. If you put it in and it doesn't go in, then you're doing something wrong. You just got to flip it. So you cannot put this the wrong way. You know, it's so annoying because these shocks are like in my way. Okay, and it's in. When it's in, you can kind of feel it. Let's give it a tug. Yep, it's in. You hear it. Okay, so take a look. Right over here. This thing is in. Let me get the shocks out of the way. Right there. So basically all we need to do now is just connect the CVDs and obviously connect everything to the rear axle carrier because this is the rear, right? And then once we do that, we'll put the shock towers and basically assemble everything else. And it should be easy peasy. Stay tuned for part 2. I will finish this and then we can actually test it in part 2, and then I'll show you all the stuff that we added, all the parts and all that stuff. For those that are interested in making any purchases such as the CVDs, the gear covers, or you know, whatever, I am going to drop the links in the description, so make sure you check those out when you have some time. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this in the future, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.